Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was... It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either. Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened. And that's what would have happened if I turned the... Buckets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seemed so familiar. Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind. Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story?
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way, too. Add a shinier hat to my collection. I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum. Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom. How to Tame a Dragon, Breaking the Spirit of Hideous Beasts, Amateur Spells to Impress Your Friends with. No books about
uncovering missing handles, though.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide. Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers. I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
What did you use to fix the broken...
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall. This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures. After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend. You marched right into...
whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch. The mirror called out to me. A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive. A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive. With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become. Split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences. My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. How did you know shooting the bell would distract him?
Over the years, I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was very hungry. I, too, would be violently angry if I could only eat when my neglectful owner rang the bell. I know it was a sneaky trick, but I certainly wasn't going to set a dragon loose on the town or participate in any more abuse.
You really thought that through, Grandpa. I would have tricked them, too. Back home, they call me Gwendolyn the Smarty Pants.
You come from a long line of logically minded nobles and one very clever dentist.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guards!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could. And I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast he outsmarted with its own dinner bell. I don't know if he forgets that I've heard that story before or if he just doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope. No junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now, let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of... treating my opponents with respect. You'll be surprised what opens up to you. A lovely fellow once told me the fastest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story, one I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcomed the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization.
Grandpa, you can't leave Triumph.
Don't worry, Triumph can fend for himself. We've been through our share of sticky situations, but he always comes around when I need him most.
over here!
I could have sworn the parade of hopeful knights was scheduled for the next day. I should have been with them, marching with triumph. It seemed my first few minutes in Daventry were off to a terrible start.
So, how did you catch up with them?
Seemed to be missing some sort. Strange tracks blazed a trail through the forest. That wheel seemed freshly broken.
Stand back, you dirty thieves! Wah! Oh, it's just a boy. Don't know where he's from, but it must be hard to pronounce. You know, you should never sneak up on a guy in a dangerous place like... Oh! What's wrong with your foot? Probably stepped on a spiniferous thornweed. Don't worry, I got just the fix for that. Tell me, is it more of a... Ow! Or a... Oh! Either way, the Merchant of Miracles has got you covered. But it'll cost you. I've risked my neck to forage the most rare, miraculous, mysterious, and oftentimes delicious ingredients. Here it is. I massage this into my skin twice a day, and just look at my little biscuits. Well, now that I've mulled it over, you'd better not. It might stunt your growth. Ooh, such exquisite material.
Hey.
I knew you weren't from around here. Well, you best get going. Nobody likes a late night. Oh, wait! You're stuck here with me. Every bridge in is out, and my shortcut had a few shortcomings. I swear that rock leaped straight out of the water. Now I'm stuck here with no wheel, a lost toolbox, and Mr. Fancy Cakes. Say, I'll bet a fine, strapping young man like you could help me fix up this wheel. Yup, you help me fix my chariot, and I'll give you a lift to the tournament. Hopefully no one else notices your horrible lack of punctuality. Oh, how rude. Do you have any questions for me?
Could you repeat that?
Try to keep up, son. Bridge is out, failed shortcut, flying rock, wheel broke, be a strapping lad, get tools, fix wagon, get a lift to the tournament. Find me a wheel, boy. Anything big and round should do the trick.
Perhaps there was a wheel on the other side of that river. Too bad I couldn't swim.
How did you get across that river?
Oh, can I pet your goats?
Stay away from my majestic unicorns. Just a little oop here, a little elbow grease there, and nonsense.
The wheel was very broken. I would have to find another solution. I wondered what those birds needed a toolbox for. Shame. The only tool left seemed to be a small hatchet. And no, Gwendolyn, before you start asking me thousands of questions about that hatchet, I did not go around using it on everything. The wheel was very broken. I would have to find another solution.
Ooh, I'm a rock! No, I'm not! Enjoy your broken wheel.
Perhaps there was a wheel on the other side of that river. Too bad I couldn't swim.
How did you get across that river?
That missing wheel had me stumped. I had to go out on a limb to get past the root of the problem.
Ugh. Grandpa, your infamous puns are not my favorite.
What's the matter? You don't like the timbre of my voice? You'll warm up to the puns.
These are terrible.
Here, kitty, kitty. Not a kitty, not a kitty!
No wheels in there. An overgrown patch of spiniferous thornweeds obstructed a path to the water well.
The well with the ginormous dragon in it?
Perhaps. I tried to chop down those thornweeds, but my tiny hatchet was ineffective. I would need a bigger, sharper blade. The town square was eerily quiet. Was I the only person in Daventry not at the parade? A bakery, and it smelled delicious. That sign was asking for tips, and there was a metal pan to collect coins. I liked this shop, so I gave them a tip. Just delectable goods looked tasty, but I couldn't compete in this tournament with a full stomach. I stumbled upon some kind of curiosity shop. Against the knickknacks was a little collection tray with a sign asking for tips. Nothing seemed to be brewing yet. Aha! Something big and round. Hopefully no one would mind if I borrowed this tabletop. I saved my money for a better opportunity. Like me, this little tree was new in town and needed some time to grow and find its way. What? Too sappy?
I have nothing to say.
You'll warm up to it. Looked like a blacksmith shop of sorts. I borrowed enough for the day. That sign was asking for tips, and there was a metal pan to collect coins. I saved my money for a better opportunity. Ah, a shortcut.
Do I really have to hear the story about how you took forever to tiptoe across that fallen tree again?
No, I guess not.
Find me a wheel, boy. Anything big and round should do the trick.
I thought this might do the trick.
What a clever choice! Such craftsmanship, and sturdy, too! Just hope you didn't pay too much. I'd hate for you to have spent all your money when you've only just arrived in town, right? You ready, Mr. Fancy Cakes? I know, darling, I know. Silly question. You were born ready. Oh, wait! Before my mind slips, I was able to procure an entrance ticket to the tournament. Since you so graciously found me a wheel, I am more than willing to sell it to you at a reasonably discounted rate. Are you interested?
Oh, sounds good. I love a deal.
So do I, boy. So do I. If I see one, I'll let you know. Here you are. Now, let's vamoose from this meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time. Mr. Fancy Cakes! Ah, heel! Halt! Abyss! Stop! We sincerely hope you enjoyed your stay in our luxury cabin. Please gather your belongings and watch your head on exit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
No time to lounge, my boy! Lucky for you, the parade is halted. Another case of a mysterious missing bridge, I imagine. Watch your step. We wouldn't want any tears in that illustrious cape. Bon voyage, Buttercup! Don't forget about us working folk, especially when your pockets are full of riches.
Back away, back away. This area is unsafe for commoners.
Hello. Apologies, I'm late. I should be on the list. First name Graham, last name...
The list, unfortunately, is inside the theater, which is across that bridge, which is inexplicably missing.
We've ordered a temporary fix, but we're still sorting out the work order.
Well, with all the recent budget issues, I remain skeptical about the repairs.
Well, can't those knights check the list?
Do you mean Kyle and Larry? They're off duty. Don't ask.
You needn't worry. These night hopefuls will figure out a solution soon, and then we can carry on with the auditions.
Well, but I am a hopeful knight. If you just step aside, I'm confident that I could find a way across.
Daventry Decree 6645 states that a royal guard, once commanded, must never, under no circumstances, abandon his post while on duty.
Well, technically, Addendum 237A allows us to leave if someone is in distress and in need of assistance, of a life or death nature.
I stand corrected, and we wouldn't want a repeat of the Rubenstern fiasco. A tardy auditionee, however, hardly counts for distress. Sorry, but we can't leave our post. King's orders.
Would an entrance ticket prove my worth?
Sorry, but the collection of entrance tickets will take place inside the theater. The forest is blocked until this situation is under control.
Would an entrance ticket prove my worth?
Sorry, but the collection of entrance tickets will take place inside the theater. Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous. Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous.
And then you chop down the tree full of angry bees?
Enough, Gwendolyn.
Come at me, bees!
I don't know how...
And then you chop down the tree full of angry bees?
Enough, Gwendolyn.
Stay back. Very important protection duties in process. Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous. Distress!
Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
This tired argument is getting on my nerves.
No need to argue about the fact that I am...
Huh?
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Not good.
Mind if I join your semicircle?
Let us big kids figure this one out.
Shh. Your hero is thinking.
Another horn and another missing piece.
Well, I know the answer, but I want to see how all of you will solve it.
Over here, buddy.
Pardon me! All right!
The tree was too heavy to move. I would need to chop it down to size. I left the hatchet lodged in the tree because I would not need it any more.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. Everyone always asks about that hatchet. It gets a tad annoying.
Huh?
I had caused enough distress for one afternoon.
Oh, did you see that? I was almost across. Anyone?
Don't help us. I'm intensely studying the various approaches of my competitors. on a sec. Graham, right?
Yes, how did you know my name?
Oh, you'd be surprised at the information people give out when they're too busy thinking about their own agenda. I also observed that without you, no one could have made it across. Well done, Graham.
Thanks, I guess.
They'll never acknowledge it, you know. Those who use their minds over their biceps are never woven into the tapestries of time. I can tell you're like me, a creative thinker, an intellectual. To win this competition, you'll need to prove that your talents are more powerful than their strength, agility, and speed. You'll also need a friend.
I could really use a friend.
They call me Manny. Pleased to meet you.
So, friend, what's your favorite color? Do you like popcorn-flavored jelly beans? Because I do. What's your availability for sleepovers? Are we in a secret club?
Green. I prefer pizza-flavored. I'm free on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I would say more of a secret alliance.
Alliance?
This competition will not be easy, and Daventry needs men like us. If we put our heads together, we might have a shot.
What's the plan?
If you win, put a good word in for me with the king. And if I win, I'll do the same. Soon, we'll both be moving up the ranks in the castle together. We should head inside the theater, though. Let me know how I can help.
Another horn and another missing piece.
Graham, to the front of the stage, please. Now that we have recovered our list, it is my duty to inform you that you are officially signed in. Yay. And I do want to apologize. I am very, very terribly sorry. But we've run out of commemorative tote bags.
That's not a problem. I have no use for tote bags. My mother designed my cape with lots of pockets. Is the next event about to start?
Not so fast, Pocket Boy. The tournament bylaws explicitly state that each contestant must complete every event before continuing on in the competition. Since you were late, you missed the test of chivalry and the welcoming parade, both designed as light-hearted warm-ups and getting-to-know-you type exercises. You know, an icebreaker before we start in on the usual death, destruction, and duels of a cutthroat nature.
Don't forget about Amendment 70, Article 4.
I was getting to that, thank you. In the spirit of equal opportunity, the new rules state that you can schedule a make-up chivalry test if and only if the circumstances for your absence were extenuating. So, I will ask, what were your extenuating circumstances that made you late for the tournament?
Well, I never heard the date was switched.
I'll just pencil in hard of hearing. Now, go on, mingle with the other contestants. Find out as much as you can about them, and when you're ready for the chivalry test, come and see me.
Hello, my name's Graham. Nice to meet you.
Chaka.
So, where do you hail from?
Chaka.
I see. Sounds exotic. So, what type of arrows do you fly with?
Chaka.
Nice, nice. I prefer the hand-whittled sapling arrows myself. Want to partner up? Show Daventry the power of dueling archers? What do you say?
A chaka.
Yeah, you're right. You'd probably just slow me down. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Oh, hey, Graham. We were just sharing some tips about the tournament. Let me know if you want the rundown about any of our competitors.
What can you tell me about Achaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
What can you tell me about Sir Ten of himself?
That's so inconsiderate. Although clever, these silly puns are not very becoming to a gentleman like yourself. Go meet everyone, then come talk to me. I've got a few tips to share.
What can you tell me about Sir Loin of Roast Beefington?
I can tell you that sounds like a phony name. Who's given you this false information? Did you just make that up? Go and introduce yourself to everyone. Then come see me for the dirt.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
The riches with the edges of my fingertips when it clasps.
Hey there, I'm Graham.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And your name?
What?
Well, I didn't catch your name.
What? Is this true? Surely you jest, Greg. What rock did you crawl out from? How do you not recognize this well-proportioned face?
Well, it's not Greg, it's Graham. And, of course, I know who you are. You're... every woman's dream?
Well, you got that right. The ladies love, 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 love. Yeah. Who? Who do they love, Gabe?
It's not Gabe, it's... oh, never mind. Yes, your name... you're... that jerk who pushed me into the river.
Oh, yes, that silly feather does look familiar. Look at it. It's like a limp piece of cheese. What you need, Gale, is an upgrade. Like my mane of excellence.
Hey, my mother gave me that feather. I might be silly, but you're Sir Ten of himself.
Cheeky. But now you're starting to bother me, Grant.
I couldn't help it. No, but seriously, you're going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett.
You see this one, little one?
Hey, thanks for knocking that log over out there. Really. It gave me the opportunity to go on a lovely cruise.
Those nights were annoying me, and I wanted some alone time. Leave me be, little fly. You don't want to wake the bull.
Look, I don't want to be in this conversation any more than you do, but I missed the chivalry test, and I need to make it up. The faster we get this over with, the faster I can leave you alone.
Well, make it quick. Then buzz off.
I'm Graham.
No last names. I don't even want your first name.
And your name?
I'm known throughout the land as Circumference, but I am currently in the process of rebranding myself, starting with my name. You should call me Acorn.
What was that you were hiding in your paws?
Well, none of your business, feather boy.
Seriously, what are you hiding? Is it a snack?
Leave it alone, string bean.
I'll leave you be.
Go away.
Back it up! Back it up!
Lose circulation.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Sir 10 of himself?
All right. Next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Acorn?
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Trick question. Manny is his full name.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Probably his amazing, trusty bow. How did I do?
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got no answers correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again. Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Achaka.
All right. Next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Acorn?
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Circumference.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Well, I know he likes stimulating conversation. Now, how did I do?
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got no answers correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again.
That was within. I could feel the Yes? Have you remembered my name?
Sir 10 of himself.
Cheeky. But now you're starting to bother me, Grant.
I couldn't help it. No, but seriously, you're going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Acorn?
I can tell you not to mess with those bullhorns in any strength competition. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard a rumor that the man keeps a pet squirrel under his belly. What kind of a weirdo does that? Imagine what else he's hiding under there. Neither of us is going to be able to match his strength. If we're going to oust him, we'll need to work together and expose his secrets.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
What do you want?
I, heard what you're hiding.
No, you didn't, Skinny Pants.
I did. I heard a rumor that a tiny squirrel pet lives under your belly.
What? Who told you that? I bet it was Whisper. He's the worst. His ego is the one thing I can't stomach. And she's not my pet. She's my friend.
Does your squirrel friend have a name?
I wish Whisper would keep his big mouth shut. Her name is Princess Madeline of Avalon. She's a proper lady.
What else is hidden in that belly?
The bones of a feather boy if you don't leave me alone.
I think you're hiding something else in there, but I'm not sure I want to find out. What was your name again, Sir Fatso?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
I'll leave you be.
You need to get lost.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Whisper?
Whisper? Huh, his feet might fly by without a sound, but his mouth never will. A shining star in his hometown, he hopes to rebuild his fan base in Daventry. I've heard he'll do anything for the spotlight and can never be outshined. People that arrogant are usually primed for a fall. Don't you think so?
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
The ivory... Yes? Have you remembered my name?
Whisper.
Correct. Well, Whisper's full name is Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third, hailing from Modesto. But I'm sure a fan like you knew that. Would you like an autograph?
I don't seem to have any portraits on me.
Well, if you find one, I'll sign it, free of charge. Whisper loves his fans. Whisper loves the knighthood. Whisper loves thwarting evil. But most of all, Whisper loves Whisper.
As do we all. I should be getting back to my chivalry test now.
Don't go! Whisper can do it!
That's a nice thought, but I'm pretty sure those guards would never confuse you for me. I mean, your armor is pretty recognizable.
Whisper's armor is shiny because Whisper loves his own reflection.
Yeah, I get it. Good day, Whisper.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Achaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
Achaka.
Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Whisper.
All right. Next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Acorn?
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got 2 answers correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again.
Now, perhaps my entrance ticket will let me bypass this chivalry test?
It's not yet the time for entrance tickets. Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Achaka.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Acorn?
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Circumference.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got one answer correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again.
Shreki Afamata.
Shreki Makamakadunga Wakaka.
Do Shreki Nika Hornswoggle.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
Unveiled itself. It bared its teeth in a grin wider than my arms could stretch. My heart stopped. An ear-piercing screech woke me from my daze, and I dove behind. Did you hear the crowds? They all cheer for me. They love me.
Okay. I'm just gonna... You again?
Does your squirrel friend have a name?
I wish Whisper would keep his big mouth shut. Her name is Princess Madeline of Avalon. She's a proper lady.
What else is hidden in that belly?
The bones of a feather boy if you don't leave me alone.
I think you're hiding something else in there, but I'm not sure I want to find out. I'll leave you be.
Scram!
Yakamata. Afamata?
Shrek. Achaka.
So, where do you hail from?
Achaka.
I see. Sounds exotic. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Whisper.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. III of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got 3 answers correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again. Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Achaka.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. III of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. Tallying. It looks like you got all the answers correct. Great job, Pockets. Now, we shouldn't keep your new friends waiting, should we? Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody. You are all here to win a knight position on King Edward's court. But that's not all. As you all know, tragically, the king has no heirs. So, this position could very well lead to the crown of Daventry itself. Now, let's officially commence the competition part of the tournament. I do hope you've all made friends, because it's about to get nasty. The time has come to collect your entrance tickets.
Oh, over here! Over here, I got mine right here!
I'm sorry, I really am, but that is not an entrance ticket. In fact, from up here, it looks like a sweaty piece of cloth. Oh, probably just a snot rag. Each knight hopeful will need to bring back to the theatre, dum-dum-dum-dum, one eye of a hideous beast. And, due to Proclamation 1748.2, it will actually need to be a hideous beast. Not like last year. No adorably cute, fuzzy or tiny creature eyes will be accepted. Thank you.
Nothing to see here.
There are many hideous eyes to find in Daventry. We urge you to take this opportunity to show us your skills. We want to know what's in your heart, how you think, and how you react in the face of danger. You might not believe all that can be interpreted from one eye, but we will still judge you all the same. Now, everyone, go forth and claim thine eyes.
Whisper!
Ooh.
Whisper can do it.
Watch your step, kid.
Oh, thanks.
I know it ain't fancy, but it'll have to work for now. Amaya Blackstone, nice to meet you.
Graham, the pleasure's mine. It's nice to see all these bridges are getting fixed.
All these bridges? No, kid. This contract is over. Daventry can't afford me anymore. They can't even afford oil for the crumbler over there. My own invention, of course.
Oh, what does a crumbler do?
It lifts, it chops, it crumbles. Most importantly, it brings in the monies, which are desperately needed. Been kind of rough around here lately.
It seems that way. Daventry's been an interesting experience so far. Different from what I read in my travel books. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's for me.
Don't worry, kid. It's not you. This kingdom's been going downhill ever since the Queen died. And now, with the bridges out, no one can get into Daventry. It's really quiet. I hate the silence. I'm a woman of action, if you couldn't tell. Quiet towns don't pay the bills.
I can see that.
Well, I should get going. Perhaps someone's wandered into my shop. If you make it there, come say hi. I'm on the left.
Keep out. Under construction. Caution. Bees and distress.
So, how did you find an eye?
There's a hideous beast lurking inside.
Ouch! Rude!
How could I lure that hideous beast out? That pumpkin was housing too many squirrels for my taste. Of course, the one good pumpkin had to be guarded by squirrels. A new kind of horn, but the same result.
Wherever you are hiding, hideous beast, Whisper will find you.
I was too slow to catch those frogs.
Do squirrels count as hideous? Come into the daylight, you hideous beasts!
Hey, I have to get these all picked before I can go home. Leave me be so I can finish my work.
How precious. The badger wanted to make friends with the squirrels.
No one should notice one bell missing.
Until round 2 of the tournament. King Edward gave us everything we have. His legacy was tarnished in his later years, but he was a once great man. And he left me with a Daventry to grow into the kingdom it is today.
I better stand on this side of the rock.
It wouldn't budge. What a peculiar trap.
Fantastical floating island. Only steps away. It's so floaty. You'll be amazed. Almost there. World's greatest and only floating island. Don't turn right. No floating islands that way. Kids, don't stop screaming until Dad pulls over the wagon. This was on my bucket list.
That didn't fit there.
How about...
Interesting thought, but no. Starberries framed a serene view. Shame about that buzzing beehive, though. I ruined the bees' day and that lovely meal. I tucked the berries away for later, even though I was craving a cliffside snack.
Don't worry. The Wetzels will be here soon, Princess Madeline.
I wasn't always the master archer you see before you now.
How'd you learn?
We'll get to that part. I never waste food. That pumpkin was housing too many squirrels for my taste.
Get out of here! Scram! Shoot! Beat it! Ugh, these dumb lanterns are always breaking. You hear that, Chester? You're a hack! Not everyone around here takes pride in their work like I do. Unfortunately, those blue flames are the only things that spook the pack, so I'm forced to return to their shop of wizardry and toiletries. Wetzel wolves are super aggressive this time of year. Usually, they travel north to the hills of Serenia for mating season. But like us, they are stranded here until the bridges are fixed. Hey, kid, can you do me a favor?
I can try.
Can you help me keep that back door closed? I run the local Wetzel Wolf Watch program here in town. There's patches getting made. If you keep that door closed, you can be an official member. Think it over. Patches!
I walked into town with my last coin. Whatever path I chose to pursue for my eye would need to be cheap.
Hey, Graham. If you like sharp things, you've come to the right place. We have over 23. Oh, forgive me. Last night was a little rough. I woke up on the floor, my bed nowhere to be found. Can you believe that? What type of yahoo steals a bed while you're sleeping in it? And the most curious part, nothing else is missing. Anyway, take a look around. Let me know if something piques your interest. Ready for action?
Do you have any idea where I can hunt down an eye of a hideous beast?
What a glorious day for a tournament. My favorite time of year. Fire-eyed new recruits, the clanks and clinks of armor clashing, and the action the very finest. One hopeful always rises to the occasion. I love it all. Some people in town, they complain about the barbaric events, but it's a tradition I'm proud to be a part of. If I was competing, I'd go after the biggest, scariest beast I could find, even if it meant certain death. As they say, fortune favors the bold. You, on the other hand, look like you spend a lot of time in your head, trying to figure out all the possibilities before making a move. Pick a plan and go! Too much time thinking leads to inaction, and inaction is just boring.
So, I've been meaning to ask. What is that amazing blade for? Is it for battling vicious werebears? How many ice orcs has it slain? Does it deal justice? Is it road legal? Is it made of fear?
Oh, that? No, that's for gardening. I use it to trim my hedges. Seeing as my place is all tended to, and my petunias are most lovely, I'm willing to part with it for the price of one shiny gold coin. I'm sure you've got a prickly situation that needs attending.
How much for that gardening tool?
One shiny gold coin.
What was your advice again?
We need a traditionally brave knight in Daventry. One that can cut through all the new policies and rules, and instead get out there and protect our borders from enemies. We need a knight that can fight off our dragons.
Bye.
Make your move.
Did you do it? Did you spend your only gold coin on the epic weed whacker?
I did. The bowl costs a fortune.
Now, Graham, promise me you will only use this for its intended purpose.
I shall be brave in all my hedge trimmings.
Those plants will never see it coming. You can post a work order on anything you want lifted, chopped, or crumbled. Then I'll bring out Mrs. Crumbler to fulfill the order.
Sometimes you roll the dice and they all come up wenty. Even though the bridges are out and my supplier has gone missing, I got a generous tip when I wasn't even here. Oh, bless their soul. They probably left it as a thank you for my charity work. No one ever goes hungry when I'm around. Well, now, you fine strapping lad. How may I help you? I am here to serve.
That's not a delicious, chocolate, hideous beast's eye cake I smell cooking, is it?
Looking for an eye, are you? Well, it must be that time of year again. Frankly, I can't tolerate it. The Fays weren't raised that way. It's archaic. So much fighting and needless killing. Compassion comes from the heart, you know? As does food. If you want to get to the heart of any problem, all you need is pie. I know it doesn't sound logical, but I believe that we need to stop thinking with our heads and start opening our hearts.
Got any free samples?
Oh, today only. I'm letting people sample our new walnut strudel. However, I ran out of bitterroot. It's really nasty on its own, but it really brings out the nutty flavor of the strudel.
It usually grows under big, heavy rocks. If you can find me some, you can have all the free samples you want.
Good day.
Have a sweet day.
Give me a second.
You aren't the delivery boy, are you? That merchant is usually so prompt with our rare, miraculous, and oftentimes delicious ingredients.
Oh, horse feathers, Chester. This boy's no courier. He desires a position in King Edward's court. He's a thinking soul just like us. If he continues down this path, he will have no trouble defeating the contenders in this year's night tournament.
Zounds! Did you just read my fortune?
No, we're just very old and very judgmental people.
It's true we're judges. This is my judging face.
Ariel and I don't read fortunes anymore.
Yep. There was no future in it.
Yeah, we couldn't tell fortunes if we wanted to. Some scoundrel stole our fortune table whilst we were watching the parade.
Mm-hmm. You haven't seen anyone rolling around Daventry without a tabletop, have you?
I'm sorry. I couldn't find anyone to pay. A man was stranded in the forest and needed a wheel, so I borrowed your table and lent it to him.
Oh, that's actually pretty clever. We can't be mad at that, can't we? We were about to toss that old table anyway. Glad it's being put to use.
Oh, thank the stars. We don't have to lock our doors anymore.
I think we're safe now. Thanks for being honest, boy.
Take a look around, boy. Let us know if you like anything you see.
Something mysterious and magical was brewing in that pot. Something mysterious and magical was brewing in that pot.
Speak up, boy.
Ooh, how much for that candle?
Our everlasting blue flame lantern? The housing's broken. Someone brought it in for repair but never paid.
Tell you what, if you bring us something we can hollow out to house the candle, you can have it for the price of one shiny gold coin.
Fare thee well.
May your cap be one of thinking.
I was a few steps behind, but I was hopeful a beast was in that well, and I wanted an eye to impress everyone.
But Grandpa, the dragon lives down there.
I didn't know that yet, Gwendolyn, and pretend you don't either. This story takes place before the one I told you last night. Sometimes a story is best told out of order.
Oh, got it.
I was out of my league down there, but I had something to prove.
Hey! Whatever's down here, it's mine.
The dragon!
Stalama. Afamata. Afamata.
And that's what happens to those.
The dragon!
Stalama. Afamata. Afamata. Water. Afamata. 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 Water.
And then we pause.
Water.
And then we pause there for some tea and cake.
Water.
Wait, 2 eyes?
Yes, and another surprise. We didn't share your excitement. I took the long way, he took the astounding way. No matter, that eye would be mine.
Puka.
Off another.
Puka.
Stalama, Stalama!
Puka.
Off another.
Puka.
Off another.
Buta!
Off and up.
Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Stalama, Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afanada.
Buta!
Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afana.
Buta!
Afana.
Buta!
Stalama.
Ooh. Buta!
Afana. Hey, do you think we could share that dragon eye?
Shrekky, affirmata.
My thoughts exactly.
Shrekky. Buta.
Stalama, Stalama! I'm done. I am done. This is not for me.
Going somewhere?
Yes, I'm going home, where I belong. I was promised wonder and adventure and fantastical floating islands. And what I got was a Daventry that will never live up to what it once was.
Daventry needs you, Graham. I know it's not what you expected, but give it time. We can work through the kinks together. It can be great once again with the right people in charge.
I'm not that person. And you should stop believing in me. It could get you killed.
Fine. Leave. Be a dentist for all I care. I guess Achaka was wrong.
What?
Nothing. It was nice meeting you, Graham.
Spill it.
Well, Achaka and I were chatting during your chivalry test, and he had some thoughts about you. Didn't you find it odd that Achaka entered this tournament, Graham? Did he ever tell you why?
He might have, but I only learned 2 words of his language.
A horrendous famine struck Achaka's village, Ichtuwe. He left his suffering family to enter this tournament. He hoped to seek an audience with the king to plead for help. It was a long shot, even for him.
Oh, great. So because of me, a whole village will starve. That makes me feel better.
No. Because of you, a village will be saved. Achaka was impressed by you. He told me he was watching you on your travels to Daventry, and that you seemed like the type of person that could inspire change. More so than those bucket heads, anyways. If you're not going to compete for yourself or me, do it for the Ichtuans. They need you. You're their last hope.
I couldn't go back if I wanted to. After all that, I didn't even get an eye.
Here, have one of mine. I have plenty. No excuses now.
For those brave souls that are still with us, welcome back. Now, you may have heard some squawking from a few naysayers in our kingdom concerned with the ethics of the tournament. But proclamations and addendums aside, this is the way we have always done it in Daventry, and this is the way we will continue to do it. Now, Knight Hopefuls, if you would be so kind as to present your eyes.
Hold still.
He seems distressed.
I don't know why. It looks as though his pre-order went through.
True enough. Do you remember your eye?
Oh, yes. It once belonged to a hideous, majestic unicorn. You know, before the proclamation.
Congratulations, everybody. We officially accept all the eyes presented. I'll see you in the duels.
That and that! Oh. Mr. Springbottom. What? You're surprised I'm competing in the stuffed animal tournament? You know what? I will make some stories of my own. I'll pick up where my last book left off. It was called 31 Ways to Slay a Monster. Yar! I just can't do it, Mr. Springbottom. Yar, yar, yar! Yeah!
Gwendolyn!
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Oh, I'll take care of it, dear. I came to tell you your grandfather is ready for you. Run along, go have some adventures. Just try to have your next adventure away from my glass vases, please.
Now it's time for my favourite part of the tournament, the duels. Ha-ha! You will compete against each other in a duel of strength and a duel of speed, with the winners facing off in a championship duel of wits.
The pairings of knights were selected at random, so no complaining. I'm looking at you, Whisper.
Any ties will be settled in sudden death. The winner, of course, will gain the knight position.
The duel of strength will take place at our fantastical and wondrous floating island.
And bring your steed to the tournament theatre for the duel of speed.
Please unveil the tournament board.
I will remain here for any questions.
Good luck!
Which did you tackle first? Duel of speed or the duel of strength?